Hi, I'm Maria Brango.
And I'm Jorge Mejia. Welcome to First Take.
First Take reporters headed to Park Slope, home of newly elected Mayor Bill de Blasio.
We asked people at a farmer's market what they thought about the first Democratic mayor to take office in 20 years.
We're here at a farmer's market at Prospect Park where we asked some folks about their take on the mayor-elect Bill de Blasio.
I really like that he's a true progressive. It's funny that New York City hasn't had a Democratic mayor, I don't know, I think since 1989.
Oh, well, it's about time, right? Because it's a Democratic city, a Democratic state, mostly. I'm looking forward to see the changes in policy.
They're trying to close Long Island Hospital, and he's been on the front lines in terms of challenging the state around closing hospitals that serve predominantly poor, low-income folks of color.
And did anything particular about him draw you to him, like him having an African-American wife and African-American children?
Well, I didn't know that before until this election. Yeah, but that's a good thing to see the races mingle.
I love his wife. I love the fact that she is a fierce black feminist. And I know for sure that she's going to hold him accountable as a white man in office. And so I think that he also has a politic of thinking that he's going to co-run this city with his black feminist wife. And I am very, very hopeful about what that could possibly mean for all black and brown children.
The stop and frisk and how he positioned himself on that, I'm not a supporter of it, so I'm glad to hear that he was going to discontinue it.
His son goes to Brooklyn Tech. I went to Brooklyn Tech. And so what does that mean for him to be in that community, which is also sometimes heavily policed because it's now becoming a tourist community? So I don't think that it drew people to him. What he had to do was formulate his politics around the people that he's going to now really represent based on his family.
I used to vote for Mayor Koch because I thought he was a good mayor, but it's time for a change. Let's see what happened with Mr. de Blasio.
Reporting from Prospect Park, Beverly Downtown with the First Take News.
I'm Samantha Dominique.
And I'm Nerlene Charles-Pierre.
The NYPD held a gun buyback program at a local Islamic center in Sunset Park, Brooklyn.
The program gave people a chance to return their guns anonymously in a safe environment.
Our reporter Tabitha Castillo went out to cover the event.
New York Police Department is holding a gun buyback program at a Brooklyn Islamic center where New Yorkers can surrender their guns to promote safer streets. Can you explain to us the purpose of this program?
The purpose is to get illegal guns off the streets in the most effective way we can. I want the guns, no questions asked. We get a workable handgun, we give you a cash card worth $200.
The process takes about 10 to 15 minutes where the participant surrenders their gun and the staff will check if it's operable. Then they will get a $200 gift card if it's a handgun and a $20 if it's a shotgun or a rifle. And officials say after the guns are collected, they are destroyed. How often do you do this?
Right now, it's about every 2 to 3 months we try to have one. Ideally, we'd like to do it monthly, but budget-wise, it's not really the most realistic, but every 2 to 3 months. Get someone to house this. It's always at a religious institution, like a church or a synagogue, so it's a lot of planning with like a council member as well. So,
may I ask why it's always at a religious institution?
So you can't get arrested. We've seen a significant drop, and since 2008 when the program started, our office alone collected just under 3,000 guns. So that's a lot of guns that are taken off the streets. So that's one opportunity less, that's one gun less that someone could potentially do harm with.
A lot of people, they don't really trust, again, it's trust, this program, because they think they're going to come and get locked up. You're not getting locked up. You never saw on the internet or anything come up after this that people were locked up from returning returning a gun.
The gun buyback program was launched in July of 2008, and since then they have got just under 3,000 guns, and officials are optimistic about today's outcome.
And I believe that this program and many other programs that we've created are part of the reason that today Brooklyn is regarded as one of the 10 safest places in the United States.
Tabitha Castillo, First Take News.
Hi, I'm Sharon G. Baptiste.
Hi, I'm Carla Reyes.
Home improvement gets a Latin twist at the Allman Building.
The Casa Latina Home Expo provided homeowners with entertainment as well as advice on decorations and finance.
I'm Nerlene Charles-Pierre with First Take NYC, and we're here at the Casa Latina Home Expo where people can get advice on home buying, home decor, and home improvement. What is the message you want to be taken at the end of the day?
at the end of the day, I'd love the message to be that you could go to an event and you could have the fun mixed with the educational, aspirational aspect.
But it's to help the underprivileged children in Puerto Rico to establish homes, to establish schooling, education, to get them to understand a little bit more of how to better themselves in the community, and also to get them a new home.
What influence does your product have on the Latin community?
Well, it's really hard to narrow down to one thing. But one thing I might mention is that Latinos, as many of us know, we live in multi-generational households. So we might have grandparents living with parents and grandkids, and different age groups have different needs. And Moen thoughtfully designs products to meet all of those needs to make the home a livable space for the entire family.
Well, my favorite part is the bracelets, because we get to make them out of rainbow loom, and it's really fun. And they're selling a new car, so it's pretty exciting.
What specific thing are you particularly interested in?
Health and exercise. I recently started doing yoga, and I know they were going to do some talk about healthy eating. How can Latinas eat healthier and have a better diet and a better lifestyle?
Well, we created the Casa Latina Home Expo, like I said, the whole home approach to living, so they can come, number one, and have fun. We are going to have some salsa lessons shortly. We have a children's area downstairs where you can bring the kids, enjoy, have fun. They can color. The FDNY is there to give them coloring books and hats. La Casa Azul's bookstore is there to do crafts with them. With the community can come. They can get information on home ownership, the information on real estate, information on home health, information on decorating and design. We have some local artists here, so they can come and enjoy the art and talk to the artists about their process. If they're artists, they can share. So we basically are trying to offer everything.
From vendors to attendees, the Casa Latina Home Expo proved to be a great success. There was a little bit of salsa dancing, information about home decor and home improvement, and even information about fire safety for the youngsters. Signing off, Nerlene Charles-Pierre from First Take NYC.
I'm Hafsa Sabri.
I'm Chloe Lee.
Our reporters were out interviewing ex-convicts who are striving to become more productive members of society through entrepreneurship.
At Liebman College, a Prison to Prosperity fair was held to help these ex-prisoners accomplish their goals.
This is Maria Brango for First Take News. I am here at the Prison to Prosperity program, where formerly incarcerated prisoners are changing their lives from negative to positive.
It's a youth system that is all about lifestyle, and that's how you really make the difference. You can't come into this new lifestyle or this new change, the same old mentality.
The Prison to Prosperity program was founded by Think Outside the Cell Foundation in 2006 in an effort to help the formerly incarcerated start their own businesses. By starting their own companies, they are able to give something back to their community in their own way, which will ultimately keep them off the streets.
Hi, yes. I'm here trying to start my own construction business and have opportunities to help people that's coming home from being incarcerated and give them chances to be reproductive in the society. Enrolled in the Osborne Association Justice Community Job Readiness Program, which they do community benefit projects. They help people acquire their GED, go to college, and pursue things that they would like to pursue. I was charged with a direct sale of a controlled substance. I have 2 years incarceration and 2 years post-release.
I'm basically here to learn how to start a business. So, I'm relatively young, so they hold these about every year, once a year. So I'm gonna go watch the competition later, see how they present themselves, see how the judges present their questions, and then, just take notes. So when I come and enter next year.
In addition to having fairs and workshops, they also had a contest this morning. They were able to win a useful aid that would help to a business venture. The examples of one of the big cases that already started from low and then became really big up after you helped them.
I had a client that was homeless and was seeking out where his child was at. The mother had taken the child and went cross-state. He came from being homeless to improving his housing situation, to becoming employed, to establishing themselves in family court, to eventually getting his child back and them being unified again.
Hi, I'm Malika Frazier.
And I'm Paige Smith.
Our reporters are out in Manhattan to cover the Barney's protest.
College students are outraged because of the recent allegations of racial profiling.
I am Marin Ojasami here in front of Barney's about the alleged racial profiling.
The action taken by the officers who dealt with the two customers was unconstitutional, racist, and also just plain ignorant.
Whenever I'm visiting New York, we always visit Barney's first.
But why just Jay-Z? Why wouldn't they ask for other people to pull their lines out of the store? So I'm curious why he's sort of being the focus of that. I think that's wrong as well. I mean, if the activity's wrong, it's wrong, then all the vendors should be pulling it.
One shopper, Jane Marchinson, didn't ever know anything about this issue.
I don't really know what racial profiling means.
But I don't know what went down, but nobody should be followed for racial arguments. That's not right.
But crime. Shopping while black is not a crime. Shopping while black is not.
Hi, I'm Maria Brango.
And I'm Justin Francis.
Hundreds of runners in the 74th annual New York City Marathon gather at the Time Warner Center for a pre-race celebration.
Athletes from all around the world and running enthusiasts alike experience the race in different ways.
This is First Take at ING New York City Marathon Lounge, where they're gearing up people for the big marathon tomorrow.
The ING New York City Marathon is about 26 miles, has been going on since 1976, and it goes from Staten Island to Brooklyn to the Bronx and ends in Manhattan.
It's pretty neat, actually. I was standing there watching it, contemplating if I wanted to do it or not, and I'm still not sure, you know? Yeah, it's pretty cool, though. You get to see the whole course.
No, it was a great little preview of tomorrow's course. I'm excited. It was a nice way to see it in 3 minutes and not get too winded.
At the New York City Marathon Lounge, runners talk about the excitement of the run and what keeps them coming back every year.
Awesome. It was amazing. And I was actually supposed to do it last year, but then Sandy hit. And I just didn't re-sign up for this year. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the best marathon I've ever ran.
You know, I think it just makes you feel better about yourself. You know, I think it's about self-esteem. It's about competing. It's about conquering obstacles that are in front of you, whether it be the next mile or the next race. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, so I got a lot of patients with disease and problems, and I'm out there running for them. I mean, they got tough lives. Some of them are disabled, unable to continue doing what they want to do, and this is my way of staying active and thinking about them while I'm out there.
All in all, it was a great day preparing for the marathon, where people had fun interacting with each other.
Sharon G. Baptiste for First Take News.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Castillo.
And I'm Jorge Mejia.
Instead of making people sweat indoors, CrossFit took their regimen outside to Central Park.
New Yorkers got out their workout gear for CrossFit NYC's first annual triathlon.
Today at Central Park, CrossFit NYC is holding a Road Runner City Bike Triathlon, in which we spoke with enthusiastic and very organized participants about these events.
This is the first New York City Big Apple Triathlon. The original plan was we were supposed to start in rowboats up in the Central Park Lake, row 500 meters, which was going to be out underneath the big bridge, turn it around, come back. Then a run down the east side of Central Park to Grand Army Plaza here on the corner, and then grabbing a city bike or a rental bike and taking a 2-mile loop up through the big loop.
How did you find out about this program, or exactly where we're doing it today?
I joined the Black Box about 2 months ago, so we got a big group email and it sounded like fun, so I signed up.
What exactly did you wanted to do it today?
Well, it's always really fun to just, get up early on a Saturday morning and hang out with your friends and use it as an excuse to get active, but also have a lot of fun and go have brunch later.
The explanation is it's kind of like a fun-friendly boot camp with weights. The official explanation is we do functional movements, varied movements at high intensity.
You do CrossFit every day, every week? What is your schedule?
3 or 4 times a week, probably. Yeah. Thought I had a good week.
You're qualifying for the best dress, obviously. What made you decide to choose this, and what made you...
To go with Jackie Moon. I've had this in my closet since about junior year of college, and just bring it out on special occasions. It seemed like a good time.
Although this is the first time holding this event, organizers are expecting more than 250 participants coming in today. This is Maria Brango for First Take News.
Hi, I'm Justin Francis.
And I'm Krista Rodriguez. A year after Hurricane Sandy, children all over the Brooklyn area gather at Coney Island to celebrate the 4th annual Halloween parade.
First Take went out to the parade to get a closer look at some of the costumes and get a feel for the ghostly festivities.
I'm Jorge Mejia here reporting for the First Take program. We're here standing with Chuck Reikensaw, who's the district manager of the 13. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Nice and chilly and a tremendous crowd, the biggest one we've had. It's our 4th year of doing this, and everyone is involved this year in the community and with the rides and everything. They are now signing in. The parade will go up on the boardwalk as soon as, well, we had planned on 1, but the line looks like it's going to be later than that. They will walk on the boardwalk to Luna Park, where there were free rides for youngsters in costumes. It's last year when the parade was over, only a couple of days later, the next days, the storm hit. So everyone today is celebratory. It's a year. Everybody has survived it. Sandy is not with us, and we are going to have fun.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm from Coney Island, and the parade is kind of a new thing here. It's for the kids, and, this is actually our 1st year coming, even though it's the 4th year they've been doing it. And, we just came here to, check out the crowd, look at the costumes, see what the kids have to offer,
How'd you find out about the event?
On Facebook. I follow Coney Island on Facebook, and, it keeps us all informed.
I'm dressed as a sumo wrestler and I'm fat. I'm dressed as a scientist, like Dexter.
The Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. I'm Little Red Riding Hood.
The more sillier, the more candy you get.
This is Jorge Mejia at Coney Island for its 4th annual Children's Halloween Parade, reporting for First Take News.
Hi, I'm Mariam Mustafa.
And I'm Tabitha Castillo.
Our reporters went to Tompkins Square in New York for the 23rd annual Halloween Dog Parade.
The dogs passed around in a wide variety of creative costumes to be rewarded at the end.
Many friends and family come together to enjoy the 23rd annual dog costume show in Tompkins Square Park. Dog owners from all over the city and the country dressed their dogs in imaginative costumes for this parade in East Village.
I came out with my friends to do Candy Crush, so we all dressed our dogs up like different candies.
They've been dressed up as a postal worker. They've been dressed up as we had Spencer over here dressed up as, he had a motorcycle vest and he was a biker. And Rudy was also a biker, and this year we decided to put them in a shark bait and shark item.
From the devil to a Zoltar, dogs took over the park with their over-the-top attire.
Buzz, 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 buzz. To see everyone out with their dogs and see all the creativity that they have with their pets.
Costume or not, people and their four-legged friends came out to watch the famous parade, even if they were not participating. What is your dog dressed up as this year?
Devil.
Do you like coming to the dog show?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part?
Devil.
Besides all the fun costumes and prizes, the money raised during the parade benefits the park.
Yeah, a few of my friends were actually located in St. Louis, so we flew out here from St. Louis for this event. And the city said, okay, we'll give you a plot of land, but we won't provide any support for it. So you have to take care of all the fundraising, all the maintenance, all the upkeep. We'll give you the land, but you're in charge of doing everything to make sure that it works. So they've been doing that for 23 years, and we're happy to come in and help them out achieve that.
Hi, I'm Sharon G. Baptiste.
Hi, I'm Min Ojasami.
Tasty treats could be found at the Time Warner Center.
Pastry chef Roland Meze gave us a chance to try the icing.
I'm here in the Williams-Sonoma store where Chef Mesnier is sampling his icing. And here's a sample. Delicious.
If you have a sweet tooth, Chef Mesnier's pistachio cake topped with a variety of all Boretti's all-natural icing may satisfy your craving.
We have the wild strawberries. As you can see, they're beautifully colored and again done with natural product. Orange, caramel, salted caramel, and the vanilla right here. Out of those 50-some years, I spent 26 years in the White House. I served 5 American presidents and his family. So I've been doing a lot of pastries, so that's what I love to do best.
We started 26 years ago. Actually, we started making a confection. And we went to market, and eventually things took a turn where some of our customers were asking for particular ingredients that they could not find. And they were saying, well, can you make this and can you make that? And gradually, before we knew it, we took apart our confection and started selling its parts. And before we knew it, our one product became two became three, and now we manufacture over 2,000 of the finest pastry ingredients.
It was delicious. Who doesn't like caramel? But I'm going back to eat more.
Oh my god, have you tried it? It's so good. It's probably I don't really like icing usually, but this does not taste like icing. This is like, because usually it's too sugary, it tastes like chemicals, but this is amazing.
How are you?
I love it.
Well, it's a very pressure job, a lot of pressure, and you have to be very innovative. They like new thing all the time. So it's a job that is not just for anybody. You have to be fully committed and ready to do a lot of hard work for that.
My name is Duane Perry, reporting for First Take.
First Take would like to give a special thanks to Long Island University, the Brick Arts Media Center, and the New York Association for Black Journalists. So, Duane, I guess you could say this is the last take.
Oh, I get it, because First Take is our program for the young journalists, and last take. Thank you for joining.
And have a nice day.